So hello guys and welcome to a brand new video on a brand new channel. Yes, you're at the home of Brutally Honest Reviews, where we will be leaving nothing astray. Everything that needs to be said about anything in the world that's happening, games, music, TV shows, films, sports, etc. will all be said on here. Nothing will get left. So if it's rubbish, I will quite honestly tell you it is awful. So today we'll get straight on with it. We'll be brutally and honestly reviewing Call of Duty World War II, the game that came out just over a week ago now. It came out last Friday, of which I didn't get the game last Friday because I couldn't be bothered to buy it. So I've had the game, been playing it a little bit recently, and these are some things that I found about this game. So the first thing that you sort of come into, campaign. Campaign is one of my favourite things to play on Call of Duty, always has been, and probably always will be, because that's, let's be honest, apart from multiplayer, the main reason why everyone buys Call of Duty games nowadays. So the one thing you'll notice is Call of Duty World War II is going back, all the way back to what made us all fall in love with Call of Duty, unless you hate it, in which case I totally understand. And it leads us back all the way back to sort of Modern Warfare 2, I can't think of the other game, World at War, that's the other game I'm thinking of. And it sort of links us back to those days of back to basics, shooting, first player shooter, that Call of Duty was always famous for. And this game, as soon as you get to the campaign, really puts that out there. The campaign from Modern Warfare 2 compared to World at War is very similar. Even the first sort of mission that you do, you can see the similarities in it. Whether the similarities maybe go, yeah, this game's only good because it's like World at War, I don't think so. It has been mentioned before, but I don't believe that that is the case. So that is sort of good. They've managed to do one without the other, but it is a very good campaign. It's definitely worth a play. So definitely watch some videos on it, because then you'll see why I love it. So the next thing to talk about, the second reason people play Call of Duty, is multiplayer. Now, as soon as Call of Duty World War II came out, the servers were absolutely shocking. So I've barely played any multiplayer. I played a little bit, but the servers were just awful. I think I was there for like 40 minutes an hour, played 3 games. I mean, kept getting kicked out. It was not great, but the servers obviously will have been upgraded. I haven't played them since, but they'll be fine. And the maps are pretty good as well. They link of the whole World War II theme, very back to basics, very standard maps, none of this crawling along the side of a wall and boats with holes in and whatever. It's back to basics, back to World at War, back to, you know, Modern Warfare, COD Remastered that came out last year. That was a properly good game until COD ruined it with OP guns and Juggernaut, but that's what happens with Call of Duty nowadays. So I'm hoping they don't ruin this one in the same way. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, of course, was zombies. Again, I probably didn't explain better before. Zombies is another great reason to buy Call of Duty. It always has been. It's back again this year, like it sort of always is. It has become part of Call of Duty, whereas before it was sort of only in, I think it was Treyarch's one with the original Black Ops. I may be wrong with that. You'll have to correct me. So zombies this year, the maps are actually tying quite well with the World War II theme. They haven't in the past. They haven't quite tied in with the overall look of the game, but this year very much does. So that is a great start to zombies. The zombies are all dressed like World War II soldiers, so that sort of works as well with the whole zombies World War II whole theme. So that works really well. Some of them look fucking disgusting. Just thought I'd mention that. Having played some of it, they look just, I don't need to explain anymore. But I've really enjoyed playing zombies. Apart from the servers with the little bit, like I mentioned in multiplayer, zombies have been really fun. It has been absolute carnage in zombies. It seems to be a little bit harder as you go up the level, so each level gets a little bit harder than it did in the past, if that makes sense. So each level is a little bit harder than it was in the previous games. So that's been a lot of fun. It has been absolute carnage. I'm terrible at zombies. I've been carried by every single person I played with. So that's made it a little bit interesting for me. So zombies is a real high point in World War Two by how fun it is. So better than multiplayer. I've enjoyed playing it a lot more than multiplayer, but that could be a server issue or it could be my preference. I'm not actually sure yet. Let me know in the comments what you think. Honestly, for me, Call of Duty World War Two, absolutely great game. Apart from the servers on multiplayer, but it is an absolutely great game. Goes back to Call of Duty's basics. And I've had a lot of fun playing it. It's a lot better than I found Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare. In Black Ops 3 I found a little bit dull. I barely played any of it. So it's good to see that Call of Duty are back in the game, having a lot of fun, and just creating something that people enjoy playing together and people won't get really irritated by the OP guns. Oh, this goat just floated away. So honestly, I give World War Two a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me, but that could go up, could go down, depending on whether Call of Duty ruin it or whether they improve it over time like they did last year. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered for me started out as an 8 and ended up being about a 5.5, 6 just because they ruined it. So that could change. We might have to do another video on that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Obviously you will be new because this is the first video, you stupid idiot. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to see some more brutally honest reviews in the future. I probably will have one coming up on Need for Speed. There will be one coming out for that on the gaming front. Sports, there are lots of stuff going out there. Premier League, there is the Ashes coming out, which will be soon. So there'll be stuff on that. Team, films, movies, all of that coming out. Might have one on Baby Driver, because the DVD is coming out. Think it's in a couple of days. I think I think it might be out now. I'm not entirely sure, so I'll have to check that one out. But I might do one on there. So yeah, make sure you check me out for that amazing content to come soon. And I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.